Hey guys, so for today's video, I'm going to be testing out the new Makeup Revolution. I always want to say Makeup Forever. Makeup Revolution Foundation. I'm super excited for this because I've been seeing everyone has been loving it. So I'm like, I need to try it. I did try the concealer and I didn't not like it, but I just wasn't in love. Like, you know what I mean? I honestly haven't really used it much since. It's just not my favorite. Again, the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. So I'm hoping it actually is full coverage, because honestly, I feel like every foundation nowadays is like full coverage, when really it's just buildable. Like, I want it to be full coverage initially, you know what I mean? If it claims to be, at least. Anyways, I picked up the shades F8 and then I also picked up F12. My perfect shade is F10, but they were sold out, so I figured I can just mix the two. I know for sure F12 it's probably gonna be a little bit dark for me, and then I know F8 probably a little bit light, so probably gonna have to mix, but that's okay. F8 is actually a perfect shade for me when I have like a light tan. Let me go ahead and show you guys this packaging. I really love this packaging. It's so pretty. Like, I just feel like it's really pretty and sleek. So a really cool thing about this foundation is the applicator. So the shade right here is F8 and this shade right here is F12. That's why F10 is like my perfect shade, because it's just right in between. And also what I love about this foundation is that it comes in so many different shades. But yeah, they have this huge applicator, you guys, which really reminds me of the, let me make sure I put it back in the right bottle, which really reminds me of the Tarte foundation, the Tarte Shape Tape. But I really feel like that foundation came in with a fail, and like, you know, there's just no coming back. There was just no coming back from it. Anyways, let's go ahead and try this. I wonder if, I think F8 might match me on its own today pretty much, because I don't have like that dark of a tan on today. Again, I just love how you can apply this. Oh, I forgot to put primer. I love like that big applicator that you can just apply it on your face super easily. Anytime I am using a new foundation, I just like to use a pretty basic, simple smoothing primer. So just to not alter the foundation too much. I am breaking out just a little bit over here if you guys noticed, but that's because I recently started using my Clarisonic again, and I'm in love with it. Like, it's really clearing up my skin so much. Like, why did I ever stop using it? My blackheads have significantly decreased. Like, I'm talking by 70 to 80%. My pores are so clean. Like, I have no like blackheads on my actual face part. Still a little bit left on the nose, but it's so much better. I'm like obsessed with it, and it's the new one. I think it's called, I mean, I don't know the exact name. There were so many like different ones, but I think I'm gonna leave the one that I use down below, but I'll also talk about it in a future current favorites. But I'm obsessed with it. Like, my pores they're just like clean and clear. The only thing obviously is I am breaking out a tiny bit because it's kind of purging a little bit, but I can't even believe I stopped using it. Anyways, let's go ahead and use F8. Okay, so let's go ahead and apply. Yeah, I feel like F8 is gonna match me really good today. For a really big applicator, not a lot comes on the actual applicator because the stopper is pretty tight in there. So I mean, I guess that's a little bit of a complaint, but it's not a huge deal, obviously. I am gonna put a little bit of 12. I know some people kind of complain when I do first impressions that I use too much product at first, but it's just like, I like to try a product the way I would normally use it, you know what I mean? So it's like, you kind of have to just gauge it the way you would normally use it too, you know what I mean? Like, I can't use it a different way than I normally would. And I know I always love to use my beauty blender, especially with the liquid foundation. If the foundation is moussey or like, you know, not as liquidy, I like a brush. But okay, full coverage what? And you might be thinking, of course it's full coverage, Amy, you put so much on. But I've used foundations before where I put so much on and they're not full coverage, so don't come for me, okay? Thank you. Oh, I really like this. So if any of you guys are similar shades to me, my shades are like Giorgio Armani's 6.5, Too Faced Sand, those shades, F10 is perfect. If you're a little bit lighter than those shades, then F8. Loving this so far. Can I just say, this is kind of reminding you, which might be kind of odd and strange to say, but this is kind of reminding me of like a mixture of my Huda Beauty and my Wet n Wild foundation if they made a baby. Because the Huda Beauty it's moussier, it's thicker, and the Wet n Wild foundation, I don't know. I just love that one, and I feel like this is kind of similar to that. Like, yeah, this is definitely similar to the Wet n Wild foundation. And this, by the way, you guys, I can't remember where I purchased this. I'm gonna leave the link down below to where I purchased this if you're in Canada. But if you're in the US, just purchase it on Ulta. But this blended out so easy, like so super easy. It definitely is full coverage, but not full. You know what I mean? Like, okay, if we're talking low to full and medium is in the middle, this is like, it's over here. It's not fully here, you know? But that blended out super easy, and it looks like it's drying down to a really natural matte finish. Like, it's not super matte, which I like. I don't really like super matte foundations anymore, but I do still love like a good natural matte, you know, because there are days when I really just want that soft matte, really pretty flawless look that you get with the matte makeup. So here's a little bit more of a closer look. I like how it doesn't seem to be settling in either, which is really good. I feel like it looks really good, and actually, you know what, it covered up the redness and the pimple that I had really well. Okay, I am really loving this foundation. I definitely have to sign up my email to let me know when the shade F10 is in stock, because I really like it. Wow, I feel like that looks so good. Let me turn down the lighting a little bit so you guys can really see. So I actually figured I would sneak this in here. I have the new Huda Beauty, the Overachiever Concealer. Kind of a strange name, right? Like Overachiever Concealer, I don't know, it's kind of random. I just realized that. Anyways, I have the new Huda Beauty Concealer, which I'm excited to try. So I figured I'll kind of like sneak it in this video and just try it out today. This is the High Coverage Creamy Concealer. So I really love the shade range. It's amazing, and they make it easy for you to choose because they have a name but also a number with the letter. So I have the shade Nougat. Is it Nougat or Nugget? Whatever, Nougat. And Cookie Dough. But you can see the little number at the bottom. So this is 6G, which means that it's a shade 6 in terms of level, and G in terms of undertone, it's golden. And this is 14 in terms of shade, in terms of level, and then N for neutrals. I think I'm gonna use Nougat, and I actually like this applicator. Do I wish it was like a traditional pop-up doe foot? Yeah, because I just love ones like that. But I mean, this doesn't hurt either, right? Okay, this shade is light, but it's okay. Your girl's gonna do a light under eye today, I guess. That's what we're going for. I will say this applicator is very cooling. Like, I'm noticing that. It feels very cold and cool on the under eye, which probably helps with the depuffing, which is really good. I mean, that's a plus. That's something you don't get with the regular concealer, right? Not the easiest to like apply though. You know what I mean? Like, just because it is so creamy, I feel like a doe foot might have been better. Like, I feel like I'm like struggling to move this product around. It is really thick and creamy. I can feel like it's not your traditional kind of concealer. But I mean, if the coverage is there, I'll probably really like it. Let's see. And it has the same scent as the Huda foundation, which not a fan of, because I don't like, you guys already know I don't like scented makeup. It makes me feel like it's too heavily like fake or fragranced or has bad ingredients in it, but which probably isn't the case. It's just what it makes me feel like. Anyways, I will say the scent is lighter in the concealer though. It's not as heavily fragranced as the foundation. Okay, this concealer is super thick, and like, it blends out pretty easily for a thick concealer, but it's not like a quick, easy blend. Like, I don't think this is something I would grab every day, just because for an everyday concealer, I want something high coverage and creamy so that it can just kind of like blend out as quickly as possible. This is probably one of those concealers where it's more glam, where you would have to really sit down and work it. Like, it is super, I probably also put too much, but I mean, hey, my under eye is gonna be super full coverage today, so I'm not complaining, you know? So here's how that concealer looks. Really nice. It is kind of kicking up around those edges, which the foundation wasn't doing. But it does look super full coverage, but I don't I don't feel like it's any coverage I couldn't get with my Tarte Shape Tape. Okay, so I just finished doing my makeup now, and I wanted to come on here and conclude my thoughts for you guys on the foundation, and I'm also going to include the concealer since I did try it. So for the foundation, I really love it. It looks so smooth. It provided amazing coverage, and it just blended out so easily. I really love this so far. I'm excited to see how it's going to wear. I am going to leave a little blurb update in the description box and let you guys know how it wore throughout the day. But I'm really excited. I really like that. For the concealer, I'm kind of like, meh. I feel like it looks a little, I don't know if you guys are picking it up on camera, but I feel like it just looks a little too full coverage, almost like a little too cakey. I could have also just applied too much, but I would say I applied the same amount or maybe even a little bit less than I do my normal concealers. So this is extremely high coverage. I might only like this concealer if I just use like a little bit, you know? But I don't know, I just feel like it was like super thick, a little bit not as easy to blend out. It blended out nicely for a thick concealer, but it just, I don't think it would be like my go-to, you know what I mean? I don't know, I feel like it looks super, like right now when I look in the mirror, all I see is my under eye. I just feel like my under eye is like bam, you know what I mean? I did use a shade that's really light too, so I mean it could be that, but I'm just talking about like the coverage of it. I just feel like it's a lot. It does look super glam though, so maybe I can see myself using this on days when I want to look really glam and just using less of it. But there's my little spiel, my little mini review on that. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my first impressions and my thoughts on this foundation. I know normally with these videos I do like updates, like I'll vlog and update and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm gonna get to do that today because I am going out later, but regardless, I'm going to leave a blurb and let you guys know how it was in the description box, and I always update you guys on what my favorite products are through tutorials and current favorites videos, so stay tuned and check the description box. But just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a close-up, I guess, here's how it looks. I feel like it looks super smooth. My makeup applied really easily on top and everything, so this might be like one of my new faves. I definitely have to get my correct shade. F10 would be perfect. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys. Mwah.